All right, guys, we are live. Welcome, welcome. I've got Snowy in the background up on the screen. We'll probably run about 15 minutes. I'm going to quickly turn on my YouTube on the phone, and that way I can monitor what I'm doing. Hopefully, if there's any problem with the microphone, please let me know. It's one thing I've been battling a little bit. Um, I want to make sure that Snowy can hear me, and that the public has to hear me as well. So um, on YouTube. So if you cannot hear me on YouTube, please leave in the comments and let me know. So we'll get moving on. What we did yesterday was come into Snowy from the homepage after we did our handoff from the setup into the regular application. So enter
Here
Snowy.
at La La Last, I'm Snowy, your personal DeFi co-pilot. I'll help you check mama markets and approve trades in Phantom. Heads up, Live Snowy doesn't show closed captions. For safety, please set a phone lock pin or fingerprint to access this app beyond what we have already set up. Safety is paramount. Gonna be a hoot.
All right, so what we do here is we have 7 seconds when we talk to Snowy, and we have command trigger sets. In the Snowflake menu up top, if you hit trigger word sets, you can see these various get CMC prices, check the weather, scoop the news, swap on Phantom. Back to the nest is a global command, and it works in any one of the sub nests. That's what I call these, or sub nests. Right now, when we're in the chat area, we are just in the regular chat main nest. Okay, so a whole bunch of little nests around the area that can branch out, fill up a tree. So we're going to start working with some of these, and I'll show you exactly how it works. So let's get started. Hey, Snowy, check CMC prices. Now he has to fly out, get in touch with CoinMarketCap, take my request.
Which token symbol do you want to check? For example, say check the price of BTC or check the price of SOL. I will fly through the blockchain and get you real-time price and change. Give me just 1 second. Be right back.
Check the price of BTC. Come on, Snowy.
Woo, got it. The current price of BTC is $80,252.18 with a 24-hour increase of 1.78%. Check another token symbol, say back to the nest. To exit,
And then when we want to leave one of the sub nests, we just say back to the nest. Back to the nest.
okay, back to the nest. I am safely back on my perch.
Okay, now when he's back on his perch, that means he's back home in the chat nest. Everything is closed out from the previous nest that you were just in. Now you see a little bit of a delay. That is the response is live, and we marry it with a video that syncs to some of the phonetics, you will see that there is a mismatch here and there, but that is as fast and as accurate as we can get it with today's technology without waiting even longer to render a complete video. So what we're going to do now is do another one. Check the weather. Now in the United States, we're just going to use the city. If you were worldwide, you would use the city and the country. Excuse me, the United States is imperative.
Inside the United States. Just say the closest large city. Like Seattle, I will verify Seattle, Washington, United States. Outside the USA, I need both the city and country of your request.
Knoxville. Oh, Snowy got a little frozen face on him. That's from being live and doing a stream at the same time. His motion is not supposed to stop like that. This is from streaming and trying to run Snowy at the same time, and everybody in the neighborhood's doing their homework. The outside lines have a lot to do with how things process. I'll snap back in just 1 second.
Clear sky for Knoxville, Tennessee, United States. Now about 88 degrees Fahrenheit. Today from 69 to 88 degrees Fahrenheit. Next 24 hours roughly 69 to 91 degrees Fahrenheit. Precipitation chance today 27%, up to 27% in the next 24 hours. Another city. Or say, back to the nest.
So from here, we're going to go back to the nest. Back to the nest.
Okay, back to the nest. I am safely back on my perch.
Now, once he's back on his perch, we can go do another one. Let's see. Snowy, scoop the news.
Ah, scooping the news. What a delight. Let's dive into today's headlines, shall we? And see what's flapping across the globe.
That did not register correctly. Scoop the news.
What kind of news are you looking for? World news and events, or crypto and blockchain news?
Crypto and blockchain.
So you want some crypto and blockchain breaking headlines. Let me fly through the webs and see what the masses are hooting about.
Okay, then Snowy's going to go out and fly and scoop up some news from various places, and he'll let you know where the headlines are here in just a second. He checks CoinGecko, Reuters, various places that publish up to the minute events. And I can see that there's still a few little glitches, but we do have a working product, so it's pretty cool. Streaming and running Snowy at the same time is difficult, especially live.
This just in, Story 1. Google's Android 17 turns on new privacy feature. But your browsing isn't fully hidden from Decrypt. Story 2 Bitcoin privacy wallet Sparrow issues. Update after AI flags fixes from Decrypt. Would you like more on Story 1 or Story 2? Just say choose 1 or choose 2.
Choose one. And then how much of the story he brings back is up to him and the AI. He only has 30 seconds worth of response. We try and cut it short because you have to make that response and transpose it back into his voice. So that's what takes some time in some of these subnests is getting the actual data live because it is real time. But he won't read the entire story. You would have to go to Routers or to Decrypt.
Great choice. Our first story reads Google's Android 17 turns on new privacy feature. But your browsing isn't fully hidden. For the full story, head over to Decrypt and check it out. Would you like to scoop more news? Or say back to the nest?
Back to the nest.
Okay, back to the nest. I am safely back on my perch.
Okay, so we've done the weather, the news. One of my favorite is this one. It's sort of funny, but read my horoscope.
So you want to find out what's in the stars for you today. What stellar symbol are you?
Scorpio. So he's digging up the horoscope, and he'll be back in 1 second. Excuse me.
Scorpios may find themselves in a reflective mood today, thinking about past experiences and how they've shaped current circumstances. This introspection can be helpful in making sense of emotions and gaining a clearer understanding of what's going on. Do you want to check your partner's horoscope for today? Just say yes and the sign. Or to exit, just say back to the nest.
Back to the nest.
Okay? Back to the nest. I am safely back on my perch.
Okay, now he's back home. He's back in his nest. But I wanted to show you one last one, and then we'll call it a night. This is like his premiere feature, Swap on Phantom. So this is what you hooked your wallet up for and all that stuff. We're going to use Snowy's demo wallet. Excuse me. And I need to check something real quick. Um, Now, in doing any of this, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I do not recommend swapping or purchasing the token that I am doing. This is a demo for Snowy DeFi and what you can do with Snowy. Okay, we will expand this, but Snowy is not accessing your funds. He is helping route it and post your transaction to the Solana blockchain, which is really cool because it's written straight to the Solana blockchain. So swap on Phantom. Now you get your PIN code. Now you're in the nest and it's going to fire up, start working the swap nest, get it all together, and then Snowy's going to come back and tell you what to do because most people will not be familiar with this process. Outside of Snowy, I would recommend browsing through your wallet. Um, stay, just open up one single browser. If you go incognito tab, you have to change settings in Phantom. I think they permit it, but it might not show if you try an incognito tab.
Swap on Phantom is ready. Please use this exact spoken format. Swap amount, state the amount. Then state your base token using letters, the word 4. Then the token you want, also using letters. Just like this, swap amount 5 USDC for SOL.
Okay, now what's important is that when you do say it, you need to say it swap amount. Swap amount is the trigger set. If they're said together, then the whole thing works. So it has to be enunciated correctly and spoken in that format. And we're just going to use 3 instead of 5, but any start small, use small numerics, get used to the process. Let Snowy get used to the process in your device and always, and I don't care where you're going or what you're doing, anywhere in blockchain, always start small, do a what do you call it, a test transaction. That's verify the links and everything are there. Swap amount 3 USDC for SOL. Now, while he's processing and working that, if you're on the phone, it's going to be a little bit different. You're going to see some splashes come up. And as the splashes come up, you need to follow the prompts on those.
Ready 3 USDC for approximately 0.0274 SOL. Say confirm, swap, and execute. To send this to Phantom,
Confirm, swap, and execute.
sent to Phantom. Please sign in Phantom now.
Always wait for him to finish that statement, then click confirm. Okay, that's the big one. The timing, it's faster to open the wallet, especially on desktop. Phone is not as fast, but you will have a back button to hit on the phone when you're jumping to and from. You need to make sure that actually froze him up. Gosh darn it. You have to make sure that you hit those tabs and wait for him to continue his speech before finish his speech before you tap back to the nest or close the swap nest or for the transaction verification because that's what he's waiting on. He's waiting on the verification, then he sends it to the Solana blockchain. He looks a little stunned right now. Come on, Snowy.
Your swap was a success and has been verified on the Solana blockchain. To view it, open Settings, tap Most Recent Transactions.
Look on the upper side of the
Tap
screen.
your transaction, and you'll fly to SolScan.
There's the
To swap again,
transaction.
say, Make another swap. Say Back to the Nest to exit.
Now we're going to sit here for a second. We're not going to go back to the nest. You can view this from the nest. It'll always be there, but he will keep track of your last 3 transactions. Okay. Whether they were successful, not successful. Every once in a while, you'll see one that fails on the blockchain, can't be posted. So he'll let you know. But view it, and it takes you right to SolScan. SolScan is the ledger of the Solana blockchain. So this is your documentation that the swap went through 1 minute ago, 3 USDC at the bottom here for Sol through Jupiter was the aggregator. So we didn't mess with the funds. Jupiter was the one. Jupiter in your wallet, you're in control of it all the time. So we just posted this. That's what Snowy does. He posts that information. So now you're verified on the ledger. You have a verified transaction. It's inside your Snowy. He'll keep track of those for you. And there are other things. The one thing I wanted to mention yesterday was settings. And in settings here, you can change this and uh, enter a different email, disconnect a wallet, forget this wallet, and add another one by reconnecting. So there's all sorts of things. You can reset the entire Snowy this way. I'm going to make a soft reset here. We are still in a beta format, so there are a few changes to come up. I might try the next stream on my tablet because, or a different computer so that I can run him. The way he's freezing up like this is because we're trying to stream. So back to the nest. So we're trying to stream and play Snowy on the same computer, and that I don't think is going to work. We're going to have to use Snowy on one computer and live stream on the other. Otherwise, we have to do recorded videos, which still will have him live, but I prefer to be live on YouTube, to be honest with you. We'll get him back to the nest, out of the swap nest.
Okay, back to the nest. I have closed the swap arena. Next time you want to swap, just say swap on Phantom.
Okay, Snowy, say goodnight to the YouTube community. We're heading out. You guys have a good night. Take care.